everyone, here's how to create an Alma Thomas inspired artwork using printer paper and markers. So we talked about how Alma used pencil lines to help her. Might be hard for you to see, but I do have some pencil lines in here as guide lines, and I did not erase them, just how she did. I used a tracer, my good old jar lid, and I lightly created a circle. You don't have to create a circle. If you just want to create lines, curved lines like a rainbow, you can do that. And then I'm just lightly going to make more circles around it. And if I go off the edge of my paper, that's fine. You can always use another piece of paper to help you go over the edges. I always like to have an extra piece of paper to test out my markers, and just in case I do need to go off the edge. So you're just going to keep going, make lines. You can do it a little bit slower than I am, moving a little bit faster so I can get you all started. So you want to choose your colors. I chose my cool colors. They tend to be my favorite. You might want to think about what you want to call your artwork. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this one yet. Probably something to do with the ocean because that's kind of my thing. So I have all of these great markers. One of the nice things about these markers is that they're chisel tip markers. So if you lay them on their side like this, they're going to create some awesome rectangles. Now, if you did it on the top, you would get a line if you kind of do it at that point, but laying it on its side really helps to get the rectangle. If you struggle with that, you could draw a rectangle and you can color it in. That works too. Whatever works for you is totally fine. It's just kind of fun to do the side of the marker because it almost feels like you're painting. So I'm going to start with red. And I'm going to start by coloring in that center. If you want to, you can try to turn your paper as you work. Some people like to try to turn and go. Whatever works for you. I'm just going to color mine in. And if you notice, I am coloring in at a curve. Why would I do that? Well, partly because you can see the lines that a marker makes. So I want it to look like I did this way on purpose, and I am. Instead of just coloring it in all over, I'm taking the time to do this a certain way. It almost looks like a sphere when I'm all done. It almost looks like a 3D shape. Now I'm going to choose my next color. I'm not sure if I want to use this one. How can I be sure? I get that test color paper. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to be inspired by some of the beautiful flowers that I've seen, just like Alma was inspired. So I'm making these marks, turning my paper, and I'm using the side of my marker. I'm leaving a little bit of space in between. I can make another row of the same color. If you want to put the marks next to each other, you can. I like to put them in between where that white spot is. I'm just going to keep going around. These are long strokes. I'm going to get my paper so I don't go onto my table. My next row, maybe I'll show you how to make some shorter ones. I'm going to test out this color. Yep, I think I'm going to use this. So maybe you want to try making some shorter strokes. Great thing is, there's no right or wrong. It's really just kind of exploring this in ways that make you happy and make you inspired by Alma's style. Let's try this. This might be a little bright. No, it's not too bad. And I'm just going to keep on going until I get to the edge of my paper. Again, I'm going a little fast. You can take your time. I always say I like you to pretend you have a turtle shell on and not your cheetah feet. So I have my cheetah feet on when I've been working on this, but I definitely put my turtle shell on when I was working on this artwork. So I hope you feel inspired. I hope you feel like you can do this at home. I've shown you several different ways that you can make an Alma work at home. This one using the markers should work for most of you. I cannot wait to see where this takes you. Enjoy and stay creative.